The Beijing has denied reports on social media posts that China is experiencing a rise in respiratory illnesses, including human metapneumovirus, also known as the HMPV. This is many social media posts are suggesting that the virus is now spreading pretty rapidly, with hospitals and crematoriums being overwhelmed. A post from the X handle SARS-CoV-2 states that China had declared a state of emergency. However, there's been no official confirmation on this. The National Health Commission of the People's Republic of China has denied the claims of emergency and has asserted that there is no information to back up that claim, that China has declared a state of emergency over epidemics overwhelming the hospitals and crematoriums in the country. Now, according to Reuters, China has reported rising cases of HMPV, especially children under the age of 14. The symptoms of HMPV are similar to those of flu and other respiratory infections. Common signs include cough, fever, nasal congestion and shortness of breath. In severe cases, the virus can also lead to complications such as bronchitis. Now, according to the Center for Disease Control and Prevention, HMPV poses a higher risk to certain groups, including young children under the age of 5. Now, older adults above the age of 65 and individuals with weakened immune systems. Now, there are various prevention strategies to keep in mind. For starters, wash your hands frequently, avoid touching your face with unwashed hands, wear face masks in crowded places, and also stay at home when you're sick. The reports of China witnessing a surge in the HMPV cases comes at a time when the country is preparing for inbound Lunar New Year travel surge, especially driven by the country's expansion of its visa-free entry list and other efforts to attract international visitors. Meanwhile, the World Health Organization has urged China to once again share data on the origins of the COVID-19 virus, this after 5 years on the start of the pandemic in the Chinese city of Wuhan. The WHO had asked China to share data and to assist its efforts in understanding the origins of COVID-19. The China's Foreign Ministry has said that they have shared much of the COVID-19 data and research results in the international community after the World Health Organization repeated its call for more information and access.
Saudi Arabia is seeking to buy 100 Khan fighter jets from Turkey. The head of the Turkish defense industry's president met with Saudi Arabia's Assistant Defense Minister last week in Istanbul. Now, according to reports, discussions were centered on the potential procurement of the aircraft, its joint production opportunities and technology transfer agreements. The Royal Saudi Air Force operates a fleet of F-15s, Typhoons and Tornadoes, but lacks a fifth-generation fighter. The talks with Turkey for Khan fighter jets are being seen as an attempt by Saudi Arabia to reduce reliance on the U.S., given that Riyadh appears to be unable to buy the F-35, despite repeated requests since 2012. Other options under consideration include France's Rafale and China's J-31. Khan, developed by Turkish Aerospace Industries, is a fifth-generation twin-engine stealth fighter designed for air superiority and multi-role operations. The aircraft measures 21 meters in length, 14 meters of wingspan, and 6 meters in height. It can achieve speeds of up to Mach 1.8, operates at altitudes of up to 55,000 feet, and has a combat range of approximately 1,100 kilometers. A payload capacity of more than 6,000 kilograms, it is equipped with advanced AESA radar capable of detecting targets over 100 kilometers away, internal weapons bay to reduce radar visibility. These are some of the inclusions of the Khan fighter jet.
باب المندب وما يحاذي المياه الإقليمية اليمنية تمثلت في استهداف أحد الأهداف المهمة في منطقة يافا المحتلة.
שאנחנו גובים מחיר כבד על כל ניסיון לפגוע בה.
And the war in Gaza has been ongoing for almost 15 months now, and the death toll continues to mount.
In the past 24 hours, Israeli airstrikes have killed at least 43 Palestinians across the territory. This includes 11 people in a tent encampment sheltering displaced families. The camp in the Al-Mawasi district was designated as a humanitarian zone for civilians. But the Israeli military says it followed international law and took feasible precautions to mitigate civilian harm. The IDF has accused Hamas militants of using built-up residential areas for cover, which the group denies.
6 others were killed in another Israeli airstrike on the Interior Ministry headquarters in Khan Yunis. Rescuers were seen clearing rubble following the attack. It damaged tents, which could be seen nearby. The IDF says it had targeted Hamas militants who were operating in a command and control center embedded inside the municipality building in the humanitarian area.
I was sitting with the children and my brother's wife in the area when we suddenly saw something fall. It turned the entire area into dust, took away the tents and the entire area. We were screaming. I did not know where my children were or where my wife was. I started running like crazy. There I found a man lying. His head was cut off. And here we found children thrown inside the tents and dead. Human flesh was scattered in the streets, hands and legs.
After Israel's recent raid of the Kamal Adwan hospital in northern Gaza, the UNSC is set to meet for an emergency meeting to discuss the raid. However, no practical implications are expected from the meeting. Israel says it targeted the hospital after Hamas militants once again began operating in and around the site.
As the attacks intensify, Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has authorized Israeli negotiators to continue talks in Doha on a hostage deal. Indirect negotiations mediated by Qatar, Egypt and the United States have taken place in Doha in recent weeks, rekindling hope for a ceasefire and hostage release agreement. But since then, the two sides have accused each other of blocking the deal yet again.
Netanyahu's statement came as he was discharged from the hospital 4 days after he underwent prostate removal surgery. Meanwhile, the Israeli military continues to strike Hezbollah rocket launchers in southern Lebanon despite a fragile ceasefire in place. The truce took effect on November 27th and has been marked by mutual accusations of violations from both the sides. Israel insists that it is acting to remove any threat in accordance with the ceasefire understandings.
Look! You need to get the boy!
That is so weird. That's not a plane. That's... I can't believe I'm seeing this right now. What? Hold on, keep filming. Do not stop.
¿Cómo está la camioneta? A ver si no se chinga otra vez, está inundada. Ay Dios. Ay Dios.
We begin this evening with a dangerous situation unfolding on the ground in Texas tonight. At least 3 tornadoes have been reported in the Houston area, which is under a tornado watch right now. This comes as potentially severe thunderstorms move across Texas, Arkansas, and Louisiana, conditions that could snarl post-Christmas travel.